Hey, it's Rory with searchandchow.com and welcome back to another episode of ICYMI where we've got quite a few interesting stories for you today, and I promise this time all of them are tech related. Alright, let's get into it. For our first story, we're going to be talking about Apple and how apparently you may not be getting a power brick or charging adapter, whatever it is you want to call it, with the upcoming iPhones. In fact, you may not even be getting a pair of EarPods included. Now, these reports come from reliable sources, but I would like to point out that this is not in any way official yet, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, so why would Apple do this? Why wouldn't they include a charging brick? Well, for starters, a simple way to look at it would be it would help them save costs, and not just the cost of providing you with the accessories, but potentially also shipping costs, because without all of these accessories, the iPhone box can be smaller. But the other side of it is that it can also help Apple reduce its impact on the environment. That's because existing users can always reuse their old charging bricks to charge the new iPhones. Now, we're not sure if this also means that Apple won't be including a lightning cable, but I think all of us kind of hope that they still would, because I think everybody could use an extra charging cable. For context, the Lightning to USB-C cable is currently retailing for 89 ringgit, whereas the Apple 18-watt fast charging brick is retailing for 149 ringgit. Of course, there are also more affordable options that are also MFI or made for iPhone that you can look into. In other Apple news, a patent was found by Patently Apple for a new retractable keyboard design for the MacBook. With this new design, the keys will actually sink into the chassis of the MacBook when the lid is closed, and then when you open the lid, the keyboard will actually rise up again so that you can type on it. And apparently this is done by using a set of movable magnetic or mechanical linkage elements. Now, obviously, the big benefit here is that Apple can now design the MacBooks to be even slimmer than before, because everybody looked at the MacBook and was like, yes, that MacBook is way too thick. But I would like to point out that this is not the first time that Apple has tried to redesign the keyboard for a slimmer MacBook, and everybody hated the butterfly switches. Personally, I like typing on them, but the whole reliability issues, that I wasn't a big fan of. Still, I would like to point out that the keys depicted in this patent are scissor switches, but if it will actually work and be very reliable or not, who knows? Obviously, Apple are not the first to do a retractable keyboard design, because we've seen this before on Lenovo's laptops and even the really old IBM ThinkPad 701. A few days ago, we saw Xiaomi tease on their Weibo page that they would be launching a car. Now, the silhouette in the teaser seemed to hint that it was going to be an SUV of some sorts, and when they actually revealed it, well, it's kind of an SUV, but it's just not one that you can sit in. As it turns out, it was actually a 1:16 scale model of the Suzuki Jimny, and it is a smart remote-controlled car. This car will be available on their crowdfunding platform and will retail for 199 Chinese yuan, which is about 120 ringgit. But on the 1st of July, you will be able to get it for 179 Chinese yuan, which is about 108 ringgit. Beyond that, there aren't many details surrounding this new remote-controlled car, but we think that you'll be able to control it with your smartphone, kind of like you could with their Mi Robot series. And for our last story of the day, we're going to be talking about gaming monitors. So Samsung Malaysia has just launched a new line of high-end gaming monitors. They are the Odyssey G7, and these are curved gaming monitors with a Quad HD resolution, a 240Hz refresh rate, a 1 millisecond response time, as well as a max brightness of 350 nits. On top of that, it also has a contrast ratio of 2500 to 1. They will be available in two sizes, a 27-inch model that will be priced at 2,399 ringgit, as well as a 32-inch model that will be priced at 2,899 ringgit. Samsung are accepting pre-orders for the monitor from now until the 5th of July, and if you pre-order them, you will actually get a free soundbar, which actually sounds like a pretty good deal. And that is it for today's episode of ICYMI. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can like us on Facebook, but our home will always be at searchandchow.com. As usual, all the relevant links to all these full stories that I covered in this video will be in the video description, so make sure you check those out. But besides that, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rory, and I'll see you next time. Bye!